So please introduce yourself and say who you are and what you do here at Highland.
I'm Marcy Koppenheffer. I'm Vice President of Highland Auto and Truck Repair. I've been in this business with my husband. It's a family-owned business for the last 7 years.
So thinking back to before you started working with us, who was supporting your network?
I had individuals that used to tell me that they knew how to set up networks and get things working for me. So I was working with a lot of people that I would have to say were probably not as qualified as I expected them to be when they came into the job.
And what problems were you having at that time that made you call Mobilitechs for help?
Well, actually, how it happened is how I got to know Mobilitechs is I received a letter in the mail. It was an advertisement coming from one of my prospective part dealers, and it said, "Give Mike a try." And it was one of those days where it was just the perfect timing because my network was down. I couldn't find the guy that was supposed to be doing the work for me. And I contacted Mike at Mobilitechs, and you were here within 5 hours. First, prospective new client, I found that to be very impressive with my experiences that I had prior to that.
So I have been supporting your network for a while now. What was the single biggest reason why you decided to hire us?
First of all, your professionalism was amazing when you came in, and also when you were here, you were able to find the problem quickly, resolve it, and just your overall personality and knowledge of the IT networking was very impressive. And the fact that in your field, meaning Mike's field and Mobilitech's field, there are a lot of wannabes out there that aren't able to do the job. And it was so refreshing to find a company that was able to work with my small business. We're a very small run company, and it was nice to find that we were just as important to you as maybe one of your larger companies would have been.
Since we've been supporting your network, what's been the single biggest benefit you've experienced in your business?
The fact that all our computers are working and they work well together. Part of it that you do off-site every evening is the thing that I think really aids our program and keeps it running smoothly.
Why is that important to you?
Because there's nothing worse than coming in the morning first thing and you're getting ready to fire up for the day and your whole network is down. Normally, if there's something happening during the night, we're emailed and we're told that there's something going on and that you're usually here first thing in the morning to take care of it.
How has it impacted your employees?
It actually has helped us because it's made a better communication for all of us. Because we are able to access the same point. We're all working off the same records. It's not like we're verbally telling each other and then trying to interpret once it gets to the next level. We're all working off the same paperwork.
And for you personally, has there been any positive impact?
Oh, most definitely. Lack of headaches, lack of sitting there wondering what I'm doing wrong, because with a computer, no matter how savvy you think you are, there's always that little sneaky question that you can't answer. That Mobilitechs will come in and fix. It'll take them 5 seconds and you'll think, why couldn't I do that? Well, it's because we're not meant to be able to do all these things.
Has there been any impact on the way you service your customers or on your sales or profitability?
Most definitely. Because we do have a good working network, we've upgraded a lot of our software, which has also put us back out into the web a little bit more. We have emailing going back and forth with customers and their servicing. So yes, absolutely. By having a stronger network and having a team that can work with us to keep it operating properly, we have definitely expanded that.
If you were talking to another business owner and we're discussing the service Mobilitechs provides, would you recommend us to them and why?
Most definitely would recommend them. First of all, the one-on-one service that you receive whenever you call there, no matter who you call into the Mobilitechs office, they treat you as if you've called there many times before, even if they've never talked to you before. With them expanding, you're seeing newer techs coming in, and those newer techs are coming through just as knowledgeable as Mike was when he first started here. So I would recommend Mobilitechs. It may be a little bit more than you would expect to do for IT servicing, but in my feeling is you get what you pay for. If you're going to get someone who's going to work with you on an as-needed basis, most time they don't show up. Where if you can sign on with Mobilitechs and get them as your service provider, you're going to be guaranteed to have the service that you signed up for.
Because a lot of times when I go and meet with a business for a first time, I'm proposing that they do spend a lot more on IT than they're used to. And I think that was the case with you when we started working together.
Most definitely.
What would be, like, if somebody raised that as a concern, how would you address that?
Well, there's money lost when your network is down, because in that period of time you're losing your connections, and those connections are very important. Be it ordering, depending on your business, you may need to order online, and if you can't order online, now you're wasting time on the telephone waiting for people to answer, waiting for people to type in numbers that you're giving to them over the phone, and the potential of error is much higher. So I have found the expenses worthwhile because of having that continuous networking without the hiccups that go down when you don't have the proper person working on your network. I haven't lost the downtime as I normally had lost in the past. And I think overall, if you are that serious and you're using the internet and you're using networking onto one mainframe and things, you need to really be sure that you have a computer savvy company such as Mobilitechs come into your business and set up for you.
Is there anything that you wish we were doing or providing that we're not?
Quite frankly, at this point, I would have to say no. I've been working with Mobilitechs for 2 years, and every time that something has arisen, we're in a very large growth pattern right now within our company. We're expanding double, and every time I call them and ask them for additional service, additional computers, whatever it may be, they've been very cooperative and work very closely with you to make sure that they're meeting your needs as well as your needs are being met.
Is there anything we could do to improve?
I would have to, it's hard to say this because everybody has room to improve, but at the moment with that question being asked, I would have to say no. As long as the communications stay open and when we dial the number, we get an answer, that's refreshing in itself in today's business world.
So in a perfect world, if we could provide perfect service, is there anything that we're not providing that you would want?
That's a difficult question to answer because at this point you have given me all the services that I've ever requested from you. So I would have to say, not at the moment, in my needs.
Great, thanks. Do you have any other comments you want to add?
My only comment I would say, if you're contemplating looking for an IT person or persons to come into your company and work with you, I would highly recommend Mobilitechs to you. Only due to the fact that even at the cost, it is not that astronomical as the cost it is to be down and not working.
Great.
That's about it.
Thanks.
You're welcome.